What is going on, guys? I'm Director Nat, back for another reaction, and today we are checking out Arcane Season 2, Episode 2. Today's episode is called Watch It All Burn, and given how the last episode ended and all the characters are getting ready to go take care of business in the Undercity, probably seems like a fitting tile, and maybe there's going to be another explosion or a fire. With Jinx involved, it's almost guaranteed. But yeah, that season premiere, I mean, talk about an emotional gut punch and setting up everything that's to come in this season. I thought the episode just did it really well, and we've been waiting 2 to 3 years. People who watched it in 2021 have been waiting 3 years. I've been waiting 2 years to finally see what they were gonna do, and now we know, and the story is in motion. I already made some predictions for the season overall in my last video, but if I had to guess this episode specifically, I'd say we're probably going to at least get a glimpse at Jinx, because that's kind of what they did in Season 1, Episode 4, is that we didn't really see Vi at all until the end. So given that Jinx is one of the central characters and that now everyone is going after her, I feel that we kind of have to now see her in this episode, see what she's up to, what her plan is, you know, going forward. I also imagine now that Vi is an enforcer, people in the Undercity are not going to be too happy about that, especially Echo, wearing the uniform of their oppressors, basically. And of course, Mel's mom and that blonde counselor guy are going to keep pushing for war as much as possible. I feel that we're just leading to some kind of outcome like that. I really don't know how they're going to wrap up all these story threads in just one season, but we'll see what happens. And then Victor is transforming into something. That doctor, mad scientist guy is finding some wolves to maybe create a character from the League of Legends game. Maybe it's Vander. Yeah, we still haven't seen what Heimerdinger is up to. We haven't seen his reaction to his friends on the council getting killed, and they didn't exactly part on good terms. And now Vi is really taking charge. She's kind of doing what Jace did last season, is like really pushing the bounds of her authority and taking charge. And while we understand why she's doing that, there's probably going to be some consequences to it. But yeah, in the way of speculation, that's pretty much all I have to offer for right now. Real quick before we get into this reaction, a bit of self-promotion. I've done reactions to all of Arcane Season 1. You can check those out up here. I have a second channel called The Media Monologue where I occasionally do video essays, rankings, things like that. And I'm a contributing writer to the Star Wars beat at Screen Rant, although in the next couple weeks I may actually be moving over to the Arcane beat for a while, because my editor mentioned that apparently they're having trouble finding writers who know enough about Arcane. Not totally sure yet if that's actually going to happen, but if I do, it'd be really cool that I get to write some Arcane articles, so be sure to check that out. So with all that out of the way, I guess we shouldn't wait anymore. Arcane Season 2, Episode 2. Let's go.
Well, it's all going to shit. Except this time, you aren't here to put it all back together.
Oh, is this like actually happening? She's actually underwater letting his body go? Wow. Very poetic way for him to be laid to rest. He may have been a piece of shit, but he was a damn good character.
Yeah, but those are the best kind. Have you had enough?
Wait, does Jason Spizak, like, that is the actor's name, right? He like gets to stay in the season as like a voice in her head?
Sorry, kid.
Still trying to decide how I feel about this new opening, since I loved the first one so much. What the hell, man? You not alive? Okay. So these are all the people they gotta hunt down. Oh man. Undercity really is in complete chaos. Wow. So many interesting factions and not nearly enough time to explore them all. Why are they chasing down this kid? Oh my god. Okay, I could be reaching. Nothing may come of this. Like, what if Jinx is in the mentor position? Like, first she had Vi as her mentor, then she had Silco. Like, she's always been looking up to someone guiding her. What if she has to guide someone else? What if that maybe helps bring her back to her senses a little bit? Oh, wow. It's certainly an idea. I don't know who these guys are, but beat them up, Jinx. Oh, yeah. They realized just a second too late. Oh.
In a moment, they could all... Boom. You ever need a curse a sibling or a family or a society? My card.
This is either gonna end really well or really badly.
Really badly. Really badly.
The gray.
The hell?
We give them Jinx. That's all they really want.
We don't hand over our people.
You know how much she must really mean that, because she, of all people, has reason to despise Jinx and have no loyalty to her, but she hates Topsider so much that she won't even consider it. I mean, that's how you make a three-dimensional character.
You help me put a bow on Baby Blue for our friends upstairs? I'll cut you a brand new puncher, top of the line, all the fixins'.
Oh, is Jinx gonna be in here? Little reminder of how much Vi thoroughly kicked your ass.
Jeez, lady, you crazy? Talking to dead people. Big baby couldn't do it himself.
I never would have expected to have these two work together, but considering that Savika wasn't fleshed out nearly as much as Silco was, having Jinx and her work together can, kind of elevate their status as like main villains and like keep a little bit of more continuity from the first season. So this could be interesting. Does she know that Jinx killed him?
The hell are we supposed to do now?
Watch it all burn.
What'd I tell you?
Oh, she's almost like a little powder. Oh, man. You still need that? I mean, I guess it is weird walking with a new body like that.
Jeez.
Victor? My God. You're alive. You're alive.
Cold? No, I don't think so. I sense a charge, a potential, a recursive impulse. Unpleasant, but cold isn't its name.
There are still so many questions.
See, I was predicting at the beginning of my episode 1 reaction, I thought that we might get an actual mage this season. Like, the way he's holding his staff now, he almost looks like a mage. I mean, he may have that kind of ability now.
We were wrong. It's not as bad as
It killed Sky, Jace.
I'm going to resign from the council. I understand now. My place was always here in the lab with you. We'll make this right together. Victor, you're my partner.
Our paths diverged long ago. It was affection that held us together. Goodbye, Jace.
Oh, the sanctuary. Oh. What the?
I have seen something of this nature before.
Oh yeah, the plant in Jace's lab. Heimerdinger pulling a heist. Okay, yeah, we probably needed a little comic relief with all the heavy stuff going on.
Don't you essentially own this place?
The brambleback has left the jungle.
You do realize code phrases don't work when you make them up on the spot.
Breaker Alpha Foxtrot, this is the wizard. Do you read me, sitting duck? This is Peking Duck. I read you, lizard. Now, Sly, I'm the wizard, and you are sitting duck. I read you loud and clear, Blizzard. No, forget it. You're not taking this seriously. Yeah, I'm not.
Professor.
Oh.
And who's he?
Oh. Gosh, and again, things come in full circle. All the way back in the beginning of Arcane, Jace had to break back into his lab because Heimerdinger tried to shut down his research. Now Heimerdinger is breaking into Jace's lab and... all those years ago, he was the one that you came and bought junk from. He took advantage of you because you were a dumb guy from the upper city and you didn't know how to haggle. And then he gave the information to some other kids to go break into your lab. And that basically set all the events of the series in motion. So yeah, that's who that is.
We were attempting to sneak in. Oh, pish-posh, like you've never done it.
Where did you say you found this?
Deep in the underground.
Echo's home is a mar...
It must be because of the experiments of the professor guy who used to work with Heimerdinger until they parted ways, so they're probably going to reunite. Heimerdinger's current pupil, his previous pupil, his previous pupil, all coming together.
When I said home, I was, of course, referring to his cognitive center, which is certainly not a physical location hidden in the...
Who's that? Need to go back for a second. Huh. Maybe that's some kind of deity that people worship in this universe. It's hard to tell. Oh, there's that guy. Oh, these two working together. That'd be interesting. Jinx, you should really not be hiding in a location they might think to look for you. Oh, dang. It's that goblin guy. Cyborg goblin guy. That's what I'm gonna do from now on whenever he shows up. Cyborg goblin guy. Oh, wait, is that Vi? Already? Dang. Found her faster than I expected. What is it she has wrapped up anyway?
Oh, you'll see. You will see.
This is almost like those scarecrow levels in the Batman Arkham games, where it's like a nightmare realm and you have to avoid his gaze. Oh boy. How's that kid gonna save her? Cyborg Goblin guy.
There's always a deal to be struck. Never thought I'd catch you blubbering. Wonder if Silco even saw that.
Twice. When he met me, and when I killed him.
You?
Wanna know the real kicker? You're the kind of guy who likes to get in close.
Oh, right. Who is this? Oh boy. Oh, is that her new arm? What the hell? Yeah, I keep forgetting about her new abilities. Ah, yep, I knew it. See, now I wish I had worn my Bad Girl Coven shirt, because they got their own little Bad Girl Coven going on. Wow.
There's a deal to be struck here.
You forget, Smeech? You already made your last offer.
My God, what happens when they all actually match?
Won't sell as well.
Is he gonna become like a religious icon or something? Like healing the sick, taking in the forgotten, all that stuff? Or is he becoming a mage? Maybe? Making people into like magic cyborgs? And this shall be my temple? Yep, guessing this is gonna be a pattern for season 2. It's not gonna be over when you think it is. Yuck. Alright guys, so that was Arcane Season 2, Episode 2. The episode did feel a little slower, somehow compared to the first episode, I guess because it was focusing on a different group of characters and didn't get to a lot of the action we were expecting right away, but, you know, it seems that they're taking a little bit of time to set things up and show where all the characters are at the beginning, which is kind of fitting because that's basically what Season 1 did. The first 3 episodes were basically an extended prologue to get things set up, so if it makes the final 6 episodes of the season more impactful, I'm all down for it. So yeah, I think the way that Jinx laid Silco's body to rest was very poetic at the beginning, him going back into the water, and we heard his voice real quick, which I wonder if Jason Spizak will stay on to voice him. Maybe he'll be a voice in her head. They don't have to go that route, like, because she said that now her head was finally quiet for the first time in a while, and she actually can think for herself now, so I feel that it would be fitting if they actually rolled with that a little bit. I also thought it was very fascinating having Jinx now find a little girl who we don't even know her name yet, but seems that she's gonna kind of take her under her wing like Vi took Powder under her wing, and then later Silco took Jinx under his wing. Again, I like that they're progressing her story still. Like at first she begins the episode a little lost, not really knowing what she should do with herself now, what even their big goals should be, but now it's like she's mentoring this little girl. She can finally think without a million voices in her head, and clearly she has some plan now of, you know, getting rid of Vi and essentially erasing whatever's left of her past, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. And I certainly never expected her and Savika, of all people, to become a team given their history and animosity toward each other, but it somehow really works in this episode. You know, they find a good way of balance, and they got their own little bad girl coven going on now. I wish I had worn that shirt, but I don't have it at the moment. And Victor was surprisingly a highlight. I didn't expect this route for his character at all. I mean, I suspected when I saw how it had transformed him and that his staff almost looked like a wizard staff now, that he himself was becoming a mage, and I didn't expect the way he did it at the end, but yeah, that's basically what he is. He can like kind of use magic now, and he's using it to help people. Like he's almost becoming like a messiah figure, or starting his own religious group, taking in those who are lost, helping to save and heal them. I did not see that coming at all, but he seems to finally be doing what he wanted to do all along, and he actually managed to save that one guy who would just become so lost to his shimmer addiction. Now, whether this has consequences as we go on, we'll just have to see, but yeah, Victor seemed very satisfied at the end, so yeah, just don't have the words. We finally got to see Heimerdinger again, and you know, he and Echo still aren't getting a ton of attention. Echo in particular, I hope they're able to flesh out Echo as a character a little more as the season goes on, but you know, Heimerdinger, he's always been good for comic relief, and in a show dealing with so much heavy stuff like this, we can use a little comic relief every once in a while. And one of the big predictions I had was that this Dr. Mad Scientist guy, whatever his name is, he and Heimerdinger are going to reunite, and it seems that's what they're setting up, because if the tree down in the Undercity is being affected the same way as Victor and Jace's plans for, it must be because of this guy's experiments getting caught up in the ecosystem. So we've got Heimerdinger's current pupil, his former pupil, and I guess his former pupil, and they're all going to converge together. So I think that's a really interesting, smart way to group all these characters together. And then I guess since Victor is Jace's friend, worked with Heimerdinger, and he apparently knows the mad scientist guy from when he was a kid, and now he's got his own religious thing going on, but then he's doing good, but Heimerdinger would be afraid of him while Jace would like respect him. It's like, well, you become like the mage who saved me as a child, and then how would they make Echo work into that because he doesn't have as much a connection to Victor? I don't know, but yeah, they're really laying a lot of groundwork for some really good character dynamics and development, and I think that's awesome. And yeah, I was really surprised because we basically, after they were the big focus of the last episode, we basically got almost no Vi, Caitlin, the other cops that they're working with. We basically got very little of them except seeing it from Jinx's perspective, which was probably smart. Like the first episode was mostly from their perspective and them talking about and thinking about Jinx. Now this episode is mostly from Jinx's perspective, so we see how she looks, how they look from her angle, and then I guess maybe the next episode will be more of a balance of both as they come together, and then by then the first 3 episodes will probably lay the groundwork for most of the story like the first 3 episodes did in season 1, and then things will just keep building and building until we get to the end of the series. So yeah, that's pretty much all I observed in this episode. I'm really enjoying the season so far. It is admittedly taking a while to get into it in some respects because they're taking their time a lot more than I expected, and they're doing some things that I honestly just couldn't have predicted based on the ending of season 1, but I'm really liking it so far, and I'm willing to give them faith. I've still got 1 episode to go that is available right now. I'm gonna go ahead and record my reaction to that to avoid spoilers, but yeah, Arcane is, you know, pretty much on a roll so far. I'm still thoroughly enjoying this show, and I'm glad it's back. But with that, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys. What did you think of Arcane Season 2, Episode 2? If you're maybe watching this before you've seen Episode 3, what do you think is gonna happen in that episode? Or if you're watching this after you've seen Episode 3, what do you think are your predictions for the rest of the season? What do you think of this episode? What are you thinking of my reactions so far? Whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff so you never miss one of my Arcane reactions. Also be sure to check out my second channel, the Media Monologue, and my articles over at Screen Rant. I might be doing some Arcane articles in the next couple weeks there if they need someone else on that team. We'll just see what happens. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for Arcane Season 2, Episode 3.